Over the past 2 decades, Cristiano Ronaldo has achieved almost everything a footballer could ever dream of. He has amassed countless club trophies, conquered the Premier League, La Liga, and Serie A, and established himself as the undisputed king of the Champions League, with a goal-scoring record that seems virtually unassailable. He holds multiple Ballon d'Or awards, and stands as one of the greatest marksmen in the history of international football. Alongside Portugal, Ronaldo has also lifted his nation to the pinnacle of Europe at Euro 2016, and claimed the Nations League crown. Yet, amid this sprawling trophy cabinet, one glaring omission remains, preventing CR7's career from achieving absolute perfection: the FIFA World Cup. As the 2026 World Cup approaches, all eyes are once again trained on the Portuguese superstar. At 41 years old in age, when most legends of his generation have long since hung up their boots, CR7 still harbors the burning ambition to grace the world's grandest stage. For many, it is a beautiful dream. For others, it is merely a desperate clinging to an illusion that has drifted out of reach. But regardless of your perspective, no one can deny that Ronaldo is chasing the final chapter of his epic story. By featuring at World Cup 2026, Ronaldo will script history as one of the elite few to play in 6 different World Cups. From the vibrant flying winger in Germany 2006 to the veteran captain in North America 2026, it is a journey spanning exactly 20 years, 2 decades that have seen generations of players emerge and fade away. Men who once shared the pitch as Ronaldo's rival Zinedine, Ronaldinho, Kaká, Wayne Rooney, or Ronaldo Nazario have all become folklore. Yet, CR7 is still out there. Longevity at the absolute pinnacle is a miracle in itself, one that forces the football world to stand and applaud. Crucially, Ronaldo isn't just making up the numbers, he is hunting down fresh milestones. Currently, CR7 is the only player in history to score in 5 consecutive World Cups, from Germany 2006, South Africa 2010, Brazil 2014, Russia 2018, through to Qatar 2022. Should he find the back of the net in 2026, he will become the first ever player to score in 6 different World Cups, a feat unprecedented in tournament history, and one that even Lionel Messi has not matched. Given the Argentine maestro went goalless in 2010, while Lionel Messi completed his fairy tale by capturing the world title in Qatar 2022, Ronaldo stands before a final chapter that remains unwritten. Messi enters the twilight of his career with the serenity of a World Cup winner, whereas Ronaldo still carries the ultimate unfulfilled desire. Messi's continued presence post-2022 is a gift to football purists, but for Ronaldo, World Cup 2026 feels like the ultimate roll of the dice. It could become the crowning glory of a 20-year career, or the heartbreaking conclusion to an incomplete odyssey for one of the greatest to ever play the game. That stark contrast heaps monumental pressure onto the Portuguese skipper. He also stands on the cusp of overtaking the legendary Eusebio as Portugal's all-time top scorer at World Cup finals. The Black Panther holds the record with 9 goals, while CR7 sits just behind on 8. One more strike will see the Portuguese captain draw level, and another would see him claim the throne outright in his country's history books. Yet, all those individual records pale in comparison to the allure of the Golden Trophy itself. For Ronaldo, the World Cup has been the ultimate obsession. He entered the tournament as a prodigy in 2006, and was expected to spearhead Portugal's golden generation to glory in the editions that followed, only for each campaign to end in heartbreak. Ronaldo's best finish on this stage remains a 4th-place finish in 2006. In subsequent tournaments, he has never truly come close to lifting the trophy in the manner he did in the Champions League or the Euros. This is why, if Ronaldo were to lift the World Cup trophy in the summer of 2026, football history would have to be entirely rewritten. Imagine the moment, a 41-year-old standing at the top of the world in an era where football demands more speed, raw power, and high-octane physical intensity than ever before. Should it happen, Ronaldo would become the oldest player ever to win the World Cup, eclipsing the record held by the legendary Dinozoff, who captained Italy to glory in 1982, at 40 years and 133 days old. If that golden trophy is hoisted by Captain Ronaldo, it won't just be a victory for Portugal. It will be a triumph of sheer endurance, of human will, and of a defiance that refuses to surrender to Father Time. For years, Ronaldo has faced intense scrutiny for refusing to step out of the spotlight. Detractors claim his peak is long gone, believing World Cup 2026 is merely the final vanity crusade of a legend who refuses to grow old. But if CR7 actually gets his hands on that trophy, all skepticism will dissolve into pure awe. The eternal Ronaldo versus Messi debate would inevitably reignite. Following Argentina's 2022 triumph, many declared the debate dead, believing Messi had checked the final box to settle the greatest rivalry in football history. But football is a theater of the impossible, and even after that historic achievement, Messi continues to chase records for his country. If Ronaldo conquers the world at 41, it will stand as one of the most miraculous feats this sport has ever witnessed. It might not convert every cynic, but it will undoubtedly force the world to re-evaluate his entire career through a completely different lens. For the first time in years, the Selecao das Quinas is no longer entirely dependent on CR7. In the past, every tactical system was built around Ronaldo. He was the focal point of every attack, the destination for every chance, and carried the weight of an entire nation on his shoulders. Today, Portugal boasts perhaps the most balanced and deep squad of their modern era. In midfield, Vitinha, João Neves and Bruno Fernandes form a trio that blends technical wizardry with relentless energy, capable of going toe-to-toe with any midfield on earth. The backline features Ruben Dias, Nuno Mendes and Diogo Costa, players who have proved their world-class pedigree at the absolute highest level. Up top, Bernardo Silva, Rafael Leao, and a host of young talents offer pace, creativity, and a dynamic edge that previous generations lacked. Even so, the path to the dream is never smooth. The World Cup is never just about raw talent. It requires character, luck, and the ability to withstand suffocating pressure in defining moments. World Cup 2026 does not need the Ronaldo of 2008 or 2014, a player who could single-handedly drag his team across the finish line. Portugal needs a Ronaldo who can deliver in moments, clinical enough to punish teams with the half-chance. They need a true leader, someone who can step up when the stakes are highest, instill belief in the younger crop, and put the collective ahead of personal milestones. The Portuguese captain himself must rise above the noise to deliver one final flawless tournament. Euro 2024 served as a stark warning. He entered that tournament carrying massive expectations but endured one of the most agonizing campaigns of his career, failing to score a single goal despite leading the tournament in shots taken. The image of CR7 breaking down in tears after his penalty miss against Slovenia, or his visible frustration on the pitch, laid bare the immense psychological weight he carries. It is no longer just a battle against the opposition. It is a war against time, against expectation, and against himself. Cristiano Ronaldo is closing in on the historic milestone of 1,000 career goals, an achievement once deemed impossible in the modern game. His 226 caps and 143 international goals for his country are records that could stand for generations. Ronaldo is still scoring regularly at club level, and still delivering in the Nations League and World Cup qualifiers. Perhaps World Cup 2026 will be the final curtain call for a legend on the grandest stage of them all, regardless of whether he wins the ultimate prize. But even so, his odyssey deserves to be celebrated. Few have the courage to chase a dream when they have already won it all. Few keep fighting when age becomes their most terrifying opponent. And fewer still are grand enough to command the eyes of the entire world with every single stride after more than 20 years at the top. World Cup 2026 is therefore not just another tournament for Cristiano Ronaldo. It is a final date with destiny. It is the ultimate chance to complete a career mosaic that is already breathtakingly illustrious. Across the United States, Canada, and Mexico this summer, Countless football fans will be hoping to witness one of the greatest closing acts in sports history. The sight of a 41-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo lifting the World Cup trophy after more than 2 decades of chasing the ultimate dream.